Next question. Lessons learned from going from $10,000 to $100,000 a month. Okay, and I remember my first $100,000 month. I think it was back in January 2012. Okay, and you know, once you hit it once and you get that momentum, it's like that's your standard. And since then, pretty much every single month has been well over $100,000 per month, and sometimes a lot more. I'm going to share the insights of going to $500K a month to $1 million a month in the next few videos. But for this video, how do you go from making $10,000 to $100,000 a month? What's really required? The lessons that I got when I reflect back is I had first started off learning one skill, which was solo ads, how to get traffic. Then I started developing the phone skills, how to connect with people on the phone. Going from $10,000 to $100,000 a month, it was a mindset shift. It was the shift that, wow, all I have to do is I have to double down on what's working. And what had happened was I had started going to a lot more events, and I had met people that are very, very wealthy, that were making a lot more money than I was. And these guys were making $100,000 a month, $200,000, $300,000 a month, and even more. And at the 10K to 20K per month level, I realized, okay, here's what these guys have. They have skills, and then they have an audience. They have a big list of people, okay? And one of your goals every single day is to start generating more fresh leads. Every single day, new leads must be coming into your business, and ideally paid traffic. You do not want to get stuck in free traffic, because there's no such thing as free traffic, because you're going to pay with your time, energy, and effort. What you want is paid traffic, the ability to spend $1 and make $2, $3, $4, $5, $10 back. Back then, I was spending about $10,000 a month on traffic, and I was making $50,000 to $80,000 to $100,000 per month. And I remember going from 120K to 275K, and then from 275K, I jumped to $1.2 million. And really what had happened was, one, I had started building a list of subscribers. And I remember making about $250,000 from one offer, okay? And whilst I was making $250,000 from this one offer, I had gained the experience, knowledge, and wisdom that there are going to be people on my list, they will not just want one offer, okay? And sometimes, you know, when you're starting out, you may think you have the best product in the world and that's what people are going to buy. Well, I'm sorry to say this and burst your bubble, but 95% of people will not buy the one thing that you're selling. So how do you monetize the 5% of people that say no to you? You have to offer different products and services. And so back then, I started to develop this mindset of I'm going to offer lots of different products and services to all of my subscribers. And the thing that I focused on was having offers to convert. The offers, when I sent out emails and promoted affiliate products, they converted really well. I also doubled down on my skill. I started learning Facebook traffic. I started learning the art and science of really paid traffic. Okay, how do I spend $1,000 to make 3 or 5 or 10? How do I start scaling up much faster? And at the time, I remember I was still living with my parents, you know, doing $1.2 million a year, and I had started doing webinars. Okay, some of these webinars, you know, I'd have maybe 20 people, 50 people, sometimes 80 or even 100 people show up, and I started understanding the leverage. Wow, people from all over the world are coming in, and I'm doing these webinars and I'm telling them, hey, go ahead, buy this, promote this, blah, blah, blah. And people would be buying. And I just remember, you know, living with my parents, making over $100,000 a month. And then I scaled that up to $100,000 to $300 to $500K per month the next year, which I'm going to talk about in the next video. But the lessons I learned was mindset, upgrading your mindset, because for you to change your results, you have to upgrade what's up here, okay? And I started hanging out with a completely different peer group. I started hanging around with people, I mean, they were all making $100,000 a month. And I would, if I didn't have them around here, which I certainly didn't have them in London, I would fly all the way to America. And I remember I would go and hang out at these events, and I was usually the youngest in the room. I'd go to the events, the first in the room, and the last person to come out I had questions and questions and questions and questions and questions and questions. I had questions all the time. I would be so curious, just like a little kid. And I would ask all the stupid questions, all the smart questions. I couldn't care less. I just wanted the answers. And for you to scale your business, it starts off with a mindset, but then you also have to develop a real skill. And for me at the time, people started knowing me as the solo ad guy, okay, solo ad guy. And I had created an agency called soloadsagency.com. And I'll tell you how I came across this. I was doing about $30,000 a month. And I remember paying someone called James from Sydney, Australia, $1,500. And what he had done is we go on the phone for an hour, and he had on the call, he had told me, you know, the reason why your income is up and down like this is because you haven't planted your flag as an authority. And I said, so, you know, what am I supposed to do? Because I was talking to people one-on-one. I didn't really have a sales system going on. And he said, go and buy soloadsagency.com. I said, okay. On the call, I remember buying the domain soloadsagency.com, and it's probably been about 7 to 8 years. That business is still running. I mean, just last month, I think it produced about $40,000. So like one idea, one asset, one breakthrough, one execution step can dramatically change your life, change your business, change your impact. And guess what I've done ever since then? I've always invested in myself because I'm looking for that one idea, one breakthrough. I've always positioned myself, no matter what I went after, as the authority, because people want to do business with the authority. People don't just want to do business with any Joe Schmo. And if you have a business, you have a product, you have a service, ask yourself, how can you be the only person? So when you approach your prospects, they think of you as the person that they want to do business with. One of the products that I teach where people can start making money online when they're brand new, I realized they want to travel around the world. They want to become financially free. So guess what? I wrote the book, literally called The Backpack Millionaire. How do you travel around the world? The Internet Millionaire's secret formula to quitting your job, quitting your 9-to-5, traveling around the world, making millions. Because I knew that's the core desire of that marketplace, of that specific group of people. So I asked myself, how can I be the only person? How can I be the authority? When they think of traveling around the world, who do they think of? The Backpack Millionaire, right? And so ask yourself, how can you position yourself as the authority? I hope you had a lot of value from this. Make sure you go and click like, subscribe. If you're watching this on my blog, make sure you go and join my list, and I'll see you. Bye for now.